Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the Mockeries. Say hello, the Mockeries.
Hello, Mockeries.
Hello.
Hello, the
Also,
Mockeries.
just so that everybody knows, we are filming this on the night that Joe Biden was announced to be president-elect of the United States of America. Whoop, whoop!
Not that we're political or anything.
No, we're
No,
totally
of course
political. Big heartfelt congratulations and love to everybody in the States. Just so much love we're sending out. Yes.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
And thank you to everyone who voted. It just goes to show that every vote counts.
Yeah.
And you guys did amazingly. Well done.
And if you voted and you did not win this election, there's a person in the office who represents you. So that is good.
Yes.
We needed some good news after this roller coaster of a year.
Oh yeah, I know.
This is true.
2020. We got there.
That's a write-off. We'll start again next year.
Yeah. All right. Insofar as the Mockeries go, last time you guys made it to the town of Astrafeld, which features these incredible standing stones, and a dungeon which contains a silver scythe called the Form Splitter, whose dungeon only opens once every 300 years. Auspiciously, you guys arrive the day of, but the day before the night where it is about to open for the first time in 300 years. You guys went and silvered up your weapons and got a bunch of new armor and stuff from a weaponsmith called M, who gave you a discount if you displayed her emblem on your armor.
The emblem, I like it.
The emblem. Yeah, 100%. And you guys heard some more things about this scythe. You heard that it doesn't need to be a scythe. It can kind of change its form. It is sentient. It has a bunch of abilities. It sort of talks about a destiny that it's supposed to have. It apparently can one-hit kill any lycanthrope, and can sever contracts, especially otherworldly supernatural contracts. What that exactly entails, any of that exactly entails, is completely unclear. But yeah, you guys went and waited in line. There's a huge number of people in town, including adventurers and nobles, who want to go in and try their hand at grabbing this scythe. Pardon me. And you were thanked on behalf of the queen by what was his name, Humphrey Blaine, who then introduced you to Peter Engelhart, who is a noble along with his servant Marta, who wants to get this scythe so that he can sell it and become one of the richest people in the country. So you are bumped up to the front of the line. Cloud had a little bit of a thing where she went over and met a little girl called Madison, who peeked out from behind one of the standing stones. This completely normal little girl.
Only Cloud could see.
That only Cloud saw, who could see herself the fabric of reality, and said a bunch of very enigmatic, weird stuff before disappearing. Which freaked everybody out a lot more than I thought it would. And then, of course, the moon rises. These 8 sort of pinpricks of light in the sky around it in sort of this this formation, the celestial convergence, and you heard the howling of werewolves. And that is where we are now. Very briefly, to sort of paint the scene, what happens is the howling of werewolves is heard. The town is illuminated with moonlight and torches and things. Everybody's awake. Everybody is waiting to see sort of like what's going to happen. There's sort of people all around. A truly unreal number of howls are heard around town as people transform into werewolves. There are, you guys can hear many voices. Immediately what happens is all of the guards and people for the nobles cluster around their nobles and start talking about how, like, where to get them to safety. The adventurers, who are sort of the people who make it their calling to deal with this kind of stuff, as well as the city watch people, who were led by, again, Humphrey, that guy you talked to, who said that they were bumping up security specifically in case something like this happened. All of these guys form up into their parties and start rushing towards where these cries, these howls are. What are your characters' reactions to this eruption of chaos, and truly, like, way more chaos than anybody prepared you for?
Loading up a crossbow.
Not again.
Sorry, what was that, Callum?
I'm just, yeah, not again. I'm afraid of werewolves, I think. But I don't let that show. I'm just ready.
You're ready to draw. You're loading up a crossbow. Yeah, what's kind of going through your characters' minds?
I think Thesia's quite, I mean, she's prepared for a fight. I think she's actually a little bit happy. She knows that this is part of an overall quest for her, was to kill the werewolves and get to Jin and defeat people, like the werewolves that aren't meant to be. So she's kind of hoping, oh, this is going to do me a favor, but also, like, not sure how much it's going to annoy Milar being got a beast and that. So she's just like, too much. She's like, yeah, I'm going to kill some werewolves, but she's like, probably should do a bit more quietly than last time.
How about Cloud?
She's instantly sort of thinking, I didn't get any silver weapons. So she's probably going into the bag of holding and getting that spear out. Because there's one spear and hiding behind Theramin. Just sort of like sneaking behind.
I'm wishing I had a vantage point.
Just like this spear, like.
Peter Engelhardt, who is nearby you, draws out a sword which starts to glow, sort of an orangey hue. And his servant Marta's like, oh, right, we're going to combat, okay. Reaches down and, like, pulls out a couple of, like, knives from under her skirts. Like, right, I'm the only person who's defending you, Peter. Maybe we should retreat into the dungeon?
Are we right at the front then?
No one's getting in the way of my glory.
No,
yeah, I need to.
Yeah, so you guys are quite close to the entrance to this dungeon. Anybody who's in front of you were adventure people, and they have rushed away. So you guys are sort of near the mouth of this dungeon, and everybody else is sort of, like, heading to combat.
As soon as they're leaving and Cloud can see them, she's going into that dungeon.
Run into the dungeon?
Yeah, because it's the only place she can see at the moment that might be safe.
Peter's like, yes, well, yeah, let's stay on the safe side, shall we? They start to make their way towards this door with this incredibly it's far more geometric than ordinary elven designs, but it definitely has that sort of Mines of Moria doorway kind of vibe to these to this entrance to the dungeons. So yeah, Cloud rushes straight for that doorway. Peter, Engelhart, and Marta go following just behind. Theramin, Thesia, can you guys give me perception checks?
Of course I can.
I think me and Peter are kind of looking at each other at this point as if to be like, have we got this?
That is a 10 plus 1, so 11, please.
Oh dear, I got a 10.
Okay, you guys can hear there is a one howling in particular, which is getting closer to you, but in the scrum of all of this fighting, which you see break out, you guys can actually see like vaguely the dark forms of werewolves start to engage with these these adventuring parties still out, and guards and things still outnumber these guys quite heavily, but they've started to engage in combat, and you can just hear that it's getting closer to you.
Before I go in, I want to check to see whether there's any writing in any language, and I also want to check for traps.
Yeah, 100%. Give me an investigation roll for traps, if you'd be so kind.
So she probably just runs up to the door, stops, like digs her feet in, and goes, Oh, investigation.
Yeah.
So 21.
21's very good. You with a 21 investigation, I'm actually going to give something that you didn't ask for. You are checking this thing for traps. You can see that you can see there is writing along this doorway. I'll tell you what that says in a second. You don't see any traps on this side of the door. The door's still closed. What I will tell you with that investigation is on the inside of Peter Engelhart's coat that he is wearing, it sort of flaps open for a second. He has a letter in the breast pocket, on the inside breast pocket of his coat. On the corner of that letter that he is carrying is a golden spider with emerald eyes.
The same one from
the same one that you saw in the first town. I am going to also say this one thing. As you see this, you clock this, you clock that you saw this symbol in the first town. Something triggers in your memory. You look up at Peter's face. Something about his jaw is familiar to you.
Just his jaw.
Just his jaw.
Calling him under sus?
I already had him under sus.
You did already have him under sus. Something about his jaw is familiar to you. Cool. That is what you get for that. The writing that you see reads reads as follows. A mask of tortured stone, a scythe of moonlight, the private fears of trees, the whimsy of nightfall.
Is it in Elvish or is it in Common?
To your eyes, they are in the language which is most familiar to you. So would you say common? Okay. Would you say common?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she can read them and speak a couple, but I think common is the one that she uses the most.
Yeah.
Oh. But the door's open, isn't it?
The door's not been opened yet. Nobody's actually.
No, as in like it's not. Oh, we haven't checked whether it's locked.
You haven't checked whether it's locked. These what happened when the moon rose was these writings and symbols on the door were sort of like carved into it, illuminated.
Okay.
That's what you have. Theramin, Thesia, are you still where you were? Sort of, are you sort of like what's
Getting
going on with
ready.
you guys?
Getting ready, and then I saw Cloud go. So I'm gonna start like following Cloud. But I've still got the crossbow ready. Just in case I need to use it.
I think we're just kind of stick it like I imagine we're both like back to back, almost like edging out of the like space, and we're all trying to stick together. And Cloud's just kind of ran off for some reason because she's
a scared good cat.
She's a scaredy cat.
She's a scaredy cat.
Because we need to kind of stick with her, so we're kind of edging towards her.
Yeah.
Yes. Peter calls to the two of you. He says, "If you're coming, now would be the time." He pushes his hand on the door and pushes, and the door opens.
I'm going to turn to him and say, seeing as you probably know the legends more than we do, maybe you should go first, because we might get a bit lost. Maybe quickly.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And like we're edging out, we're pushing him actively through the door.
Yeah, just with the butt of the spear as well. Just like, yeah, you go first.
He's like, okay, all right. Yes, I like to get away from the werewolves. I would. Yes, this is good. He's going in. Marta's like following, kind of being like, don't push him.
As soon as they get like a couple of paces, I'm putting my hands so they don't walk forwards. Give him some space, and then I just want to whisper to them. He's got a letter in his pocket, but it's got the same spider emblem as the guys that stole the safe, the bandits, the robbers. That was threatening the mayor. His pocket.
He's saying that to us.
Yeah. I'm letting him go forwards a little bit, and I've sort of stopped us following so far behind, and that's what I'm turning to say to you. I'm like, in his pocket. Kill him, take it, read it.
I've not got a very good sleight of hand, although maybe I do.
I have something for that.
I've got a +2. I might try and steal it from him.
No. I have something that might work. Just next to me, like hugging onto my ankle or something. Mage hand, invisible mage hand.
You do have mage hand legerdemain. You absolutely do have mage hand legerdemain. What I'm going to say is, you guys say that you have your invisible mage hand. There's sort of an immediacy to the situation at the moment that we're going to deal with, and then you can sort of do all of this stuff.
But I just want it cast anyway.
It's cast.
As we walk
100%. 100%.
If he's just like, werewolves behind us, we go forward. If he dies, then we take it.
Rushing towards you guys and this dungeon is the most enormous werewolf you have ever seen.
Did Coin get buff?
It is not Coin. You can tell. I'll tell you off the bat, it is not Coin. He did not get buff.
He's coming from behind us.
Hashtag spoilers. So yeah, you guys are
going towards us.
It's going towards this entrance to this dungeon. As coming towards you, some adventurer sort of like stands in the way and puts a great shield down in front. He, with his claws, shears through this shield, spears through this guy in 4 places, and throws him 40 feet into the air and keeps going.
Can you use your sending stone? Yeah, sending stone. That's all Cloud is repeating now, seeing this giant ass werewolf coming at her. Use the stone, the one that he gave you. Use the stone. Tell him that there's a giant werewolf. That he needs to come back. He needs to come back.
This guy is going to be on you in like 20 seconds.
Close the freaking door.
As you close the door, I'm going to cast minor illusion of a massive, like as big as him werewolf.
Minor illusion is only a small illusion, so it can't make an enormous thing like that.
Okay, right.
But
You're not going to do that.
Can I Arms of Hadar in conjunction just to freak him out?
Just as an intimidation thing, sure, yeah.
Just so we've got time to kind of close the door and get away.
It must be no larger than a 5-foot cube. Okay. Just close the door and run away. Just close the door and get as far away.
Okay, I go to do Arms of Hadar and then they just close the door and then I'm like, all right,
Just starts pushing. Just like
this door, you guys help Peter and Marta help you like close this big heavy stone doorway. It closes, boom, and you can hear outside as this heavy form slams into the other side. But the door does not give way.
I'm saying, well, good, because I could have taken him easily, but you know, it's fine. Let's shut the door. Don't worry about it.
cool.
But
Sure.
I could have done it. One swoop.
Yeah, with one hit, obviously. You can just hear this very muffled voice calling, "You want tea? I'm coming for you!"
I think you pissed him off.
Not here's Johnny.
I don't want to shout back through the door.
No, let's just keep moving.
Just aggravate it even more.
Please,
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Come on, Thesia. Chill out, Thesia.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you're just dragging me away. Right?
We've got other things to worry about.
I kind of just want to mock him. Just stand there, just shout abuse at it. But then I was scared like he's going to break down the door and just kill me.
No, you can hear these like repeated slams of this werewolf's body against the door. This door does not budge. It's fully inside this room that you guys are in. The only illumination is from the same sort of runes and things which sort of very, very gently illuminate each space from the walls and the floor and the ceiling. But yeah, there's sort of you're just in sort of an empty room with a hallway leading forward into this further into this dungeon.
Who are we with still? Is it just us and
Peter and
Marta?
Marta.
Yeah.
I need to write a name down. Does dark vision not really help here?
Dark vision's great. I think things will be a little bit obscured if you're if it's a certain distance away from you.
No, I was just wondering
unless you have
whether
dark
to
vision.
light a torch or whether I just, because I've got dark vision, whether I just walk with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what it is. It's like from 30 feet onwards, it's quite dim. If you have dark vision, you can see the full distance of your dark vision. But if you don't have dark vision, then it's just you can still see your immediate surroundings.
Okay.
It's very dim light. Well, all right. He's still got this, sort of glowing sword in his hand. He's like, I had no idea there was going to be a werewolf attack. Suppose we're safer in here than anywhere else.
We'll be safer with that scythe.
That's what I was thinking. So, what do you say? Oh, you go ahead.
Well, what if one of us was capable of wielding the scythe? That would
be great.
That would help.
All the better to find it then. Let's Does anyone have a map?
No, there's no, this is one of them dungeons that there are no monsters in here. Nobody has ever reported like getting into a fight with anything in this space, but they all say it's trippy as hell. So
Trippy,
no,
as in trapped trippy, or as in, oh, I've eaten a bad mushroom trippy?
no, like you see weird
Or a good one.
things, and you like if you go into certain rooms, you see weird stuff, kind of trippy.
Okay. I just look at Theramin and be like, weird.
In case you're wondering, Theramin, Thesia, you could not read what was on that door.
Oh,
okay.
dokie.
Thank you. I was.
No worries.
Also, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you a stupid question. Did my flail that I got last time?
Yes.
Just to make sure, was it made out of silver or not? It wasn't, was it?
I don't think it was made out of silver.
No. Okay. All right. So I've got no silver weapons either.
No. But your Eldritch blasts are effective.
Magic.
So your magic is good. Yeah, you dealt so much damage to Orlando Coin. It was so insane.
I'm still quite salty about that fight.
Yeah, I imagine you would.
Yeah.
And as she's holding this spear as well, she's like trying to keep it close, but she's also like, just like keeping it far enough away from her that she can use it, but she just doesn't want it too close to her. She's not liking spears at the moment. And she also looks like she can't use it. Like she just looks really clumsy with it.
I think I'm going to let Maggie kind of like fly around a little bit because she's getting a bit anxious.
Maggie!
So she just, not for any purpose, as opposed to just like she's getting a bit worried. I'm like, look, just have a wander. So she's going to be flying around and occasionally go with fire, occasionally light up corners.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think after like we've closed the door and it's been explained that it's a bit trippy, Cloud will take point, but with the butt of her spear, keeping the pointy end away from her face, she'll be like poking floor tiles as they go. Just and maybe occasionally knocking a wall, so like doing like almost like a sweeping motion.
So I think I'm going to just have a look for any magic just in case, like around the room, just to see if anything's out of place or if anything. Yeah, just gonna look for some magic.
100%. When you use your detect magic, you can sense an incredible amount of magic of a bunch of different varieties all around you. You can see that there is magic on the door that enchants the door. You can see
getting a headache again.
There is magic in the walls. There is magic going forward. There is and you can see what it's very strange. You've never seen, again, like the concentration at this time in this place is out of this world. But you can see what look vaguely, they look like shadows made of light of people. They sort of fade in and out of existence, but you can see some of them like walking, or like they're sort of like shadows, and the shape is very indistinct, but you can see them moving forward down the next hallway. You can see like groups gathering in the same room that you are in and then moving on. There's sort of this flowing of shadows made of light that you can see.
Okay, so I think I really want to follow these shadows and kind of see where they take us, because I haven't got any other ideas.
So should we just carry down this hallway?
What other options do we have?
Tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, you go ahead and tap, tap. Peter and Marta are happy for you guys who can see magic and check for traps to move on ahead of them. These guys don't seem hostile towards you in any way. It looks like Peter is happy to have competent people around as sort of like more protection for himself because he's just got Marta. And he, as much as admitted to you guys that he, you know, he used to be a military man, but he's an older man now. And he does have this magic sword, so he's not helpless, but he's by no means like a super competent, powerful fighter.
How's Cloud's mage hand doing?
It's invisible.
Right.
How long does mage hand last, actually?
Well, it's a cantrip, so I'm gonna say you can.
I'm just gonna keep.
As long as you want.
Keep it up.
Do you? Yeah. Do you want to try something with this mage hand?
How does it? So mage hand. So you can stow one object the hand is holding. You can retrieve an object in a container worn or carried by another creature. You can perform all of these tasks. So I'd have to make a sleight of hand check.
Contested with
perception check or wisdom, but it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. They can't. I don't get the sense that they can see in the dark, can I?
These two don't look like they have dark vision. They, if they're humans, which they appear to be, humans do not have dark vision.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Theramin. I'm gonna try something. Did you tell us about the shadows?
Yeah. That's what I was. Sorry, that's what I was saying. I can help distract if you want.
I'm thinking if he seems suspicious, just say one of the shadows walked into him.
I could do one better than that. I can make lights flicker and the ground shake.
Yeah. Can you take the lights out? They're runes, aren't they? Though they're glowing runes.
Yeah. So there's glowing runes on the walls and things and stuff.
Do you think you could take them out for a little bit? Just like dim them.
I'm Theramin. What are you on about?
Okay, so when Theramin dims the lights, I'll take that as a sign to go and try and grab the.
What I'm going to say is you two coordinating is the equivalent of Theramin giving the help action. So you can make the sleight of hand with advantage.
Oh.
Against
good thing.
Perception with a +0. So here, I'll roll and tell you what you need to beat.
Okay.
You have to beat an 11.
I have a +7.
And you can roll twice.
So 9 + 7 would be
16.
16.
Oh, phew. I thought you meant that was your... Oh, God, thank God.
No. So that was my highest, +7.
Sick.
Fantastic. The lights in this particular area of the corridor flicker off, and in that moment, an invisible hand takes out this letter, and you have it.
I'm going to put it in the bag of holding.
Great.
And then dispel my mage hand.
Cool. These guys don't even notice that something was wrong. It's just part of the weirdness of this place.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah. That was
so I have a weird letter.
That was just smoothly done. You guys go down this corridor. The shadows continue down. You're tapping away. You don't find any traps. You don't see any traps. But there comes to a point where these shadows up ahead start to veer off, and you can see that there are open doorways into chambers that go off to the side of this corridor on either side.
How many?
There's one on your right, and then there's one on your left. This corridor doesn't seem to... You can't see an end to it at the moment. This space is weird, is what I'm saying. And there are sort of chambers off to the right and the left. In your periphery, there's sort of normal. It's only when you turn to really examine that that things get a little bit more real. Um,
Okay.
and the first one off to your right, if you look hard, you can see a group of adventurers. It looks like there are, a couple of humans and a gnome and a dragonborn, who are sort of in this room, and those people solidify from some of these white shadows that you can see.
Oh.
And they're sort of talking, and you can hear they're like, well, this is just kind of a boring dungeon, don't you think? It's like, yeah, just chambers. There are no chests, there are no monsters, there are no traps. What are you? And as your attention moves on from this scene, those voices become indistinct and those people fade back into white shadows.
Oh, are they like a memory or like a... Ooh, what are they?
Let me know if you want to go into any of these chambers as I sort of describe them going forward. Because
I'll go into it.
You're going to that
Yeah,
first one?
I kind of want to investigate it a little bit.
It's like they're imprinted into this dungeon, like their little journeys.
I don't see any more writing when I go, because I'm going to go into the room. I don't see any more of the same writing.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so I still haven't. I'm not telling Thesia or Theramin about the writing just yet until I see more of it, because I don't know what to make of it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Just rude.
I know. Cloud is very untrusting at the moment, apart from Theramin.
I healed you.
You did. But you didn't pull a spear out of me.
I was going to see if Maggie could do some reconnaissance for me.
Sure.
Can I send her on, so if we go down one, maybe send her down another. Sorry, how many?
If we go to the right.
There's two, isn't there?
Yeah, so I was going to go on to the one on the right, and there was one on our left as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll just send her down the one on the left and just see how far she can go, and then
oh
if
yeah,
she can't
for
find
sure.
anything, come back, sort of thing. See what she spots. Obviously, she's a dragon, so
yeah, 100%. Do. Gonna make a little check for her going into the one on the left. Yeah. So yeah, she goes off and explores. She'll come back in a minute.
Should we? I think I might stay in the middle bit because I've got to wait for Maggie to come back. So if Cloud, you can go off. But I'm going to stay put.
I'm going to try and go up to the group that are there. I want to try and put my hand through them.
Yeah, 100%. You approach these images, and actually it's one of those things where they became very clear when you were like paying attention to them. You step into this room and sort of make your way, and the closer you get, the sort of like fuzzier that image becomes. And you put your hand through and passes through nothing.
Can I check the room, see what's in the room, and see if there's anything of interest?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to do the same, please.
Do the thing with the perception or the investigation, if you'd be so kind.
I'm gonna do investigation because that's gonna be a 21.
And I got a 19 because I'm finally using Jack of all trades.
Yeah. You guys sort of scour this room. What you guys can see that is of interest in here is it's very bare. It's usually with dungeons, there's a reason that it's been created. So there are people who've lived in it, or kobolds or goblins or something. Or it was created by a wizard who wanted to store or keep hidden some of his magic items or something. But with this place, it's very bare. It's very beautiful, these carvings into the walls, and the light in them is very beautiful. But in terms of like what this room is meant to function as, it's a little bit less obvious. What you do see are that there are against the far wall. The whole room is not terribly large. It's like a it's like a 30-foot long, 40-foot wide room.
Mm.
And all against the far wall, you can see unlit candles are on the ground. It looks like they have melted a degree, so about halfway. Just lots of candles, some of them near to the left, some of them near to the right. And there is this this area of wall where these carvings do not immediately reach. Only on this wall.
I want to poke the wall.
Wall's real.
Okay, the wall's real. Hmm.
I would. Can I use prestidigitation on multiple things?
You can just over and over. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna light every single candle that's on the floor.
Yeah. Poo, 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 poo. You light these candles, and as the warm light of the little flames flicker, they illuminate a black sort of mural design on this far wall. And what you can see is it's very stylish, very stylistic rather. On the one side, in this sort of it's meant to, it looks a bit like there are horse legs underneath, like a host of riders in the sky. The riders themselves each wear a blank mask on their faces, like without eyes or nose or mouth, like no features at all, just blank masks where their faces are. And they are depicted with a multitude of arms each. Not consistent between all of them, and it's not clear, like some arms which it belongs to, in sort of this mass host of riders. But a good portion of these arms are carrying scythes.
Okay. And can I have a look at? So there's other.
And
there's other ones around
yes,
the wall.
so that's on one side, and then they are depicted basically riding into combat against two figures.
Right.
The first figure is depicted as wreathed in flames and stands like a giant, where there's like a little city that has been depicted below, like near his like knee.
Okay.
And the second is as big as well, but they're depicted with runes all about them.
Okay.
And there is a caption which you can read, Cloud, which says, "The last ride of the host."
Okay.
Thesia, you can't read the caption.
I just can't read.
Yeah,
You can't read.
You can't read.
I'm illiterate.
No, but I'm going to point it out to you, Thesia, and be like, do you know what that says?
No. Just like deadpan, like looking at that. No.
And you can't recognize what languages it is either.
Oh, okay, weird. But on the other walls, is there anything? So that's on that wall.
No,
But you
nothing else
said
on
that
the other
no,
wall.
it's just the runes that are lighting up. Does this look like they were worshipping this mural almost? with the candles on the floor.
Roll me an insight check.
Insight.
Yeah.
Which one's insight? It's just straight 16.
16. 16's pretty good. There is definitely something ritualistic about this. Like there's something, it's not clear if this is a place of worship or what the intended function for this place is. It absolutely could be
Yeah.
part of the worship of something. It could be a memorial. It could be it could be a stopping place for people. Yeah, it's not entirely clear.
All I can think is, I don't know the beginning bit of it, but Book of Revelations, where it's like the pale horse and its rider's name was Death. Like the four horsemen of the apocalypse with just extra arms.
Just extra arms.
That'd be actually terrifying.
Outside, Maggie will return to you, and the emotional connection that you have is that this room is empty and safe, and honestly, Maggie's it's just a little bit dull.
Okay. I think I'm going to shout down the other pathway.
Okay.
To the other guys and be like, I'm going to the other tunnel! And it'll be like, tunnel.
Yeah, when Theramin says that, I'll scoot out and go to the left.
Yeah, I'll leave the room as well.
Cool beans. So are you all gonna try going together into this next one?
I walk. I don't know if you've noticed.
Are we all going into the left one together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you catch up with me.
Yeah. Stompy walk.
Stompy walk. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, you you walk into this one. The scene that you can see are of a pair of elves who are talking to one another. The one is a very tall, beautiful wood elf woman with sort of golden leaves in her hair, and very elegant, simple green clothing with gold gilt on it. And she is talking to mostly elves, age very, like, they still look quite young and beautiful in age. This elf looks very wizened, and she's sort of like small with age, but still very clearly a high elf woman. But yeah, she looks very ancient indeed. And the two are talking, and the one woman says, Ortilg, I don't understand. We forged the scythe. It was our doing that created it. And this woman says, well, yes, we did forge the scythe, but it would be more accurate to say the scythe used us to come into being. It's alive. It has a will of its own. It won't just allow you to use it like a tool. I was promised a weapon that could end this curse, that could end these threats to our home. We have so much to lose. I don't, my queen, I live to serve you. The scythe has decided that you cannot wield it. There is no other thing to do. And this memory sort of becomes blurry.
Is there any murals in this wall? In this room?
There are again candles on a far blank wall. here
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
He's just like with every kind of effect.
And you light it up in the same sort of black stylistic design. You can see this this giant with flames wreathing them holds aloft a sword, and all around sort of it around, like surrounding where he stands in the sky, are these hosts, all of them with their scythes sort of ready to strike, and the caption, "The death blow is dealt."
Can we all see that caption, or it's just Cloud?
It is only Cloud who can read it. Everyone else can see it.
Right.
Thesia, there's more of that weird writing. Theramin, can you make out what it says?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, do you want to illuminate it to the rest of the group? It could lead to.
No, you go ahead. You tell us what it says. You tell us.
No,
Yes,
I
I'm very
read
interested indeed to know what this language says.
I can't
as
read
well.
it. I can read a few languages, but this looks ancient.
Because these murals are very, very interesting indeed. This is not any religion that I know of. It certainly doesn't depict gods from Cygalia.
But doesn't it look like they were? Looks like they were worshipping it, or it was like the candles, unless it's like a more bit mural. Mural. I don't know. It's strange that they would write something in a language no one could read. It's not any language from my world either.
Marta is like furiously like trying to copy out the writing on her notepad. Making notes. Oh yes. Okay. As well as like brief description of like what the mural is of.
Almost as if Cloud was making the same notes.
Oh, wow.
Right. I don't like that I'm the only one that can read this.
I think I'm obviously lying that I can read it, by the way. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll insight for him. Yeah, he can tell that you can't read. Great.
Should we carry on?
Yeah.
There's nothing in here that leads us.
It doesn't seem to be anything
Yeah.
here.
Can I, when they leave, have a closer look at the masks? Because I read a mask of torched stone.
Yes.
And there's fire and masks in this mural. Can I just see whether it's
Yeah. 100%.
magical? Could I just touch it?
You touch it. These guys start to make their way to the door. You stay behind just to touch the mask.
Touch a wall.
You touch the wall. Where you touch the wall, it's just for a second, but you swear that you can see little roots come out of the mask and twist back into the mask.
Okay. I run out of the room.
You run out of the room. This corridor continues, and you can see that it, when you guys keep going, it splits into three passages going forward, all of which descend. So there's one that kind of goes off to the left, one that goes off to the right, and one that continues down the center. Cloud, just you see down the center path. You see a little face that you recognize, waves at you and runs forward down that passageway.
The middle one.
The middle one. Theramin, with your magic, you can see people have gone in each direction. With your magical gaze, one of these figures that is made of light flickers as it goes down a particular path.
Hmm.
Just
And you
tugging on Theramin's sleeve.
you've tug on Theramin's sleeve.
I feel-
Down the left path, there is a man, very handsome, just very, very handsome, very charismatic guy who looks a little bit like you, who goes down the left path as one of these like flickering memory images.
I was going to say, is there a mirror? Whoa.
Oh, it's like we have our own paths.
It does seem that
It's
way.
like you have your own path down the right path. You can see what you swear is the back of Matshesha as she disappears down that side. So, which way do you think we should go? Says Peter.
I think we need to split up, guys.
That would be the fastest way to get to this artifact. I completely agree. Do you have a way of communicating one another should we get separated?
I think if I go down my path, I can send Maggie back and let you know if it's a route through. I don't know about you guys.
I got my snakes.
I don't have anyone.
You can take Peter.
Well, yes. Why don't Marta and I go with you, Cloud, and then I can send Marta back if there's anything bad happens.
Poor Marta. Did she ever say in that at all?
No, she's my servant. She's like, yeah. I will run back down the corridors on my own and run down a different path to find you.
She's giving me Dobby vibes.
Well, I do have something to find you guys. I just don't. Theramin, remember what we were talking about outside? And I just sort of gestured to the middle. I'm like,
I don't remember.
And I'm talking about Madison. And as soon as you give me the unknowing eyes, I'm like, the little girl.
Right.
And I just point to the middle one.
Do you want me to come with you?
No, it's okay if you have your own path. I'm just saying. Just be careful. If she's down here,
Well, it sounds like she wants to be your friend anyway, so.
I don't want friends.
Well, I'll check this path out. You check yours out. We will be back in a minute. I'll send Maggie back before I get back anyway.
Okay.
And it'll be okay.
Slowly move, like.
Before Cloud goes, Cloud, can I have that horseshoe? What's in the bag, please?
I forgot what was in the bag, but sure if there's a horseshoe in the bag.
Horseshoe,
several,
plank of wood, and decanter.
There was 4 horseshoes, so do you just want one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's go in the bag.
Thank you.
Let me have a horseshoe.
Yes. She's
Actually-
she's just like, yeah.
I'll put the spear away. I'm just going to grab a plank of wood.
Great.
Do you even remember the words?
Yeah, I have them.
You
I
have
them
the
down.
you have the paper as well that you can get out and
Yeah.
check if you need to. Let's do this fairly. Can everybody roll initiative just to see who we're going to do first?
Sorry, roll a what? D20 and then
And then add your dexterity modifier.
Oh no, yeah, 13.
13,
I'm a 7.
7.
dexterity.
So
Oh, I got 17.
17. So we'll go Callum, Lily, Daisy. So we'll
Left
do
to
Callum.
right.
There we go. We'll go left to right. So Theramin, you walk down and you descend the stairs of this left passageway, and you can see these ghost forms that go ahead of you, these white shadows. You saw this very, very handsome man who looked very much like you go down in this direction. You reach the end of this corridor, and it opens out into an enormous grand chamber. And at the head of this grand chamber is a pedestal on which has been placed on its side with the blade facing up a silver scythe. This room is absolutely beautiful. It is gilded in gold. There are mountains of treasure that line the walls, riches that just continue to pile up as they go further to the back. This room is it's 50 feet in either direction, and it goes for a while, and then at the other end there is this silver scythe. Yes.
Can I just say, I'm putting riches in my pockets. Just like, wow, this is amazing. So beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. You grab some gemstones and some
gold. Man.
Yeah, this place is beautiful. And you can see before you this man reappears and sort of solidifies and approaches this scythe, and then stops, turns around, and looks at you. Who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Balzabul. I am the 7th general of Asmodeus, a high archdevil of the 9 hells. I demand to know who I'm talking to.
I mean, I would say you're my dad, but you look way better than I normally.
Yeah.
Way better than you normally do. I'm Theramin.
Theramin, like the instrument Theramin?
Yeah, the one that's invented in the 70s.
Ah, yes, the 70s. What? You say you're my son?
Well, maybe not the same version of you, but Balzabul. I mean, how common is that name?
It's not.
I hate to break it to you, but you look a lot worse in the future.
In the future?
I presume.
Huh. That's interesting.
You can't have me here. I'm here on I'm on a quest with my band.
A band? As in like a band of brothers, or?
I mean, kind of. We play music as well.
Oh, but like a musical band.
I mean, yeah, but also we're badass. You know.
Right. Sure. Okay.
We're more than just musicians. We don't want to be put on a pedestal like you are currently.
You don't want to be put on a pedestal?
Not in the metaphorical sense, no.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to get that. He sort of indicates to the scythe.
Well, so am I.
Okay. What year is it? You know that the year is 674.
Okay, 674. What year do you think it is?
374.
Man, you're old.
You think this is bad? Time passes more quickly in the 9 hells.
Oh, no wonder you look like a slug. I mean, worse, just a bit worse, just a little bit worse than you do now.
I look like a what?
Just it was just
um,
the tongue.
just you see the lights in the room start to flicker, and suddenly like shadows play over his face. It's like, if you are my son and you are from the future, tell me I look like a slug?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you don't not look like a slug.
You're a warlock.
Indeed.
Am I your patron?
Yeah. Well, how do I know who you are?
You take my word for it. He gives you a little grin.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Well, good.
You guys just like stare at each other for a minute. Okay.
I want this. My nuts from my mother's side.
Well, I wouldn't know. I truly would not know.
You make a fine point.
Okay. I'm trying to get this scythe so that I can sever a contract between me and Asmodeus.
Oh. Go ahead, Dad. I mean, plausible. That's a bit weird.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
Whatever floats your boat.
He'll turn around. I'm just saying, I kind of like it when you call me Dad. I don't know. Feels good. He'll go over to this scythe, reach towards it, grab it, pick it up, swing it a couple times. I don't know what it's meant to do.
Probably something.
Probably something, right? He like hits it into the ground a couple times, makes like a clanging noise.
You shall not pass, or something.
He tries. You shall not pass. Slams it into the ground. Nothing happens. Okay.
Let me have a go.
Tosses it to you. Yeah. You hear no voices. There's no magic that comes out of it. Nothing especially special about it. You slam it into the ground.
Is it?
Maybe?
It's just a stick.
It seems like it's just a normal freaking scythe. Well, that's, incredibly disappointing. Do you know what I had to do to get here? Did you know? Okay, basically, the more powerful an outer planes being is, the less they can affect Cygalia because of this thing called the Accord. It's long and complicated. But essentially, I had to get a necromancer to make a clone body that I could puppet around so that I could come in here and try this. It took a lot of effort to arrange to come and try to get this scythe, and I don't think that it is real.
I think I was having the same thought. Maybe we're in the wrong room.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you not see the other rooms? There's 2 other rooms.
I only saw one room.
Well, there's 2 more, which I guess means that there's 2 more chances that you could still get a scythe. Can I keep this one?
Yes, strange future son. You can keep the nonsense scythe.
Thanks, Dad.
Great.
So I'm here with my band. We can. Do you want to come with us?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, I'm going to send Maggie ahead just to let them know that we're on our way because she's kind of speedy. Can I, before we go, I think I'd just like to quickly once over this room and see how, I mean, I don't know how many pockets I have, but I want to fill them with riches.
Yeah, you go ahead and start filling your pockets with riches. Your Balsable's like, I fully appreciate your style.
Thanks, Dad.
Can I just say you make a very handsome man. I don't know if that's weird for me to tell you, but you look good.
It's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird. All right.
But thank you.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll make a note of that.
Cheers, Daddy.
All right. And now when you say daddy, that starts to make it weird on your side.
Can I inspect this magic as well? Can I have a look?
Yeah, with your detect magic up, it doesn't seem to be magical, Miss Scythe.
Cool, thank you.
All right. Great. Well, you give this room a once over. You got gemstones and gold in your pockets for days. He's like, all right. Well, shall we go and meet this band of yours?
You're gonna love them. Let's go.
All right. You guys go. You exit this chamber, and he's gone. The scythe in your hand is gone. The coins and gems in your pockets are gone.
Savage.
You are alone. Maggie's gone ahead of you in this corridor.
No! I'm gonna do an Oscar shaking fist and a scream to the sky. And I think maybe that echoes, and you can hear me go,
echo, 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 echo.
Echoes don't literally say echo. Come on.
No, I'm.
Could you imagine you say something, it just repeats itself as echo?
Yeah, you go,
echo,
no, echo, echo, echo.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. That's the left side.
Oh, that's brilliant. That was amazing.
That was so cool.
Cool beans. Okay. Cloud goes down the middle corridor, along with Peter and Marta. This corridor keeps going for a minute and opens up into an enormous grand room, and in this room you can see there are scrolls and books, not on shelves or anything, just stacked in piles up against all of the walls, going forward in this incredible chamber, which is very similar to the one that Theramin saw. And at the end, there is a pedestal with a silver scythe on it. Peter immediately sort of goes, that is what we're looking for. And Marta, come quickly. Let's go inspect this item. And they rush forward towards this scythe. Tug, 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 tug. Hi, kitty cat.
Hi, Madison.
You know my name.
How can I forget?
Well, first off, hi. Hi. Have you been invited yet?
No, I saw you about 5-10 minutes ago, my love.
Whoa. Because I've been in here for like a day.
Since you last saw me, a whole day has passed.
Yeah.
Has a whole day passed for me? Is it now daytime outside?
Honestly, I don't know how long time passes for most other people.
Okay. Yes, yeah. You're
Right?
being weird again.
I a lot of people call me weird. And
Just some of the things you say.
I get it. I do. Most people don't say things that I say, and I'm beginning to suspect that most people don't see the universe's carpet.
No, nobody does.
Nobody, no, but I do.
Yeah, but nobody else does. Just
Well,
you.
I think there's one guy who can.
Is is he a nice man?
I don't know. He doesn't
Have
want me
you?
to see him.
Does he want me to see him?
I think so.
Oh, do you want me?
I think so.
What are you, Madison? You, you see the world differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not human. You're not elvish. You're not dwarven.
I think I'm human. My parents are human.
Could your parents see the universe as a carpet as well?
No.
Just you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a home?
Depends on your definition of home.
Like a place with people who love you?
Getting there slowly.
That's nice.
That is nice. But if you're talking about where there are other of big kitty cats, no.
Oh, do you want to find other kitty cats?
Of course I'm gonna find other kitty cats. We're brilliant. Of course I want to find them.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I think this man that you can't see may have taken them.
Well, maybe he invited them.
What kind of invitation is this? How will I be invited? Do I get a little postcard, or will he come himself?
I'm being excluded from what's going on.
Oh well, that's no fun.
Yeah, it's okay. Um, the truth is that I can see most things, and not being able to see certain things is actually like kind of okay, you know? Because sometimes I can't like shut out everything that's going to happen and everything that's already happened, and it sort of gets all muddled in my head.
I see. Can you do something for me?
Sure.
Can you see who's meant to have this scythe?
Who's meant to have it?
Yeah. Whose destiny it is to have the scythe, or who it chooses?
The Scythe is sort of a douchebag.
Got you.
Yeah, the Scythe is a bit of a douchebag. I had like one conversation with the Scythe, but it was like it told me to go away, and I wasn't super into its whole vibe, so I decided to go somewhere else.
Okay, so the scythe that isn't a nice scythe then.
I wouldn't describe the Scythe as a nice scythe, no.
Okay. Do you know why I can read the writing in here?
You can read the writing in here?
Well, bits of it.
That's so
Do you know
cool.
what do you know what it means though?
What?
Do you know what it means for me to be able to read it?
No.
Okay. That's very helpful.
I can sort of I'm not stupid. I can kind of tell you don't actually like me.
No, I like you. I think you're a bit weird though.
Yeah,
And you keep talking about invites, and I don't want to be invited to anybody's party if they're not
I'm
nice.
not gonna be inviting you
Okay, as long as you're not inviting me, it's fine.
anywhere.
Okay.
All right.
But all right, I like you though. You're strange in a good way. Don't change.
I don't think I ever will. There's
Good.
this guy in a band I'm going to hook up with. He's going to be so cool. He's like high on mushrooms, and he plays an electric organ, and he's like, wow.
What's his name? You haven't told me this.
Nurgle.
Nurgle.
His name is Nurgle.
What's his band? Maybe I've heard of him. I'm in a band too.
What was the band? What was they called? The Reserve List?
I've heard of them. We're going to be battling them, hopefully, in the Battle of the Bands.
That will be so cool. That will be so cool. I will definitely be rooting for Nurgle, but you'll be like my soft second pick because you're my friend.
Oh, okay, as long as we're friends.
Yeah.
You can clap for
Nurgle.
and that's fine. That's fine. You can clap for him.
Shroombeard.
That's
We're not like
Thank you.
exclusive or anything, but he's really hot.
you kind of have a. I've met someone, and you remind me a lot like her. She was very weird too.
Yeah?
Some might actually call her mad.
My nickname is Mad.
Is it?
People call me Mad Madison.
Yeah, I can see why.
I hang out around the stones a lot because it's quieter here. There's a lot of noise like when the moon gets very full, but it's quieter here than most other places. But most other people don't like coming here.
No. Well, that's good if you want it quiet. Otherwise, it'll be noisy again.
Yeah, it's hard with the noise. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
just a lot.
Yeah,
There's a
big
lot
kitty
going
cats don't
on.
like noise either.
Really?
No, we like the forests and the jungles where it's quiet.
I never thought about going to a forest or a jungle.
All you get is animals. And that's it. No noise.
Maybe I'll try it one time. I don't know.
Yeah. Be good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go over there and touch that scythe.
Okay.
Are you staying here? Are you gonna come with me, or are you gonna vanish again into thin air?
I don't think I'm vanishing, but if I am, that's really scary.
Yeah. Do you see why it's a bit
No, like
unsettling?
if I'm decorporealizing, that's scary for me.
Yeah, it's scary for me when I look away and you're gone.
Yeah.
Well, this was once again a really interesting conversation, Madison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to be your friend.
I want to be your friend if you stop being so weird.
I don't know how to be not weird. Everybody's always telling me to stop being weird, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I can see people's threads in the universe. And
that's what you need to stop telling people, because that makes people
I
worry.
can though. I can do that.
Just be like, hello, I'm Madison. I'm a nice little girl, not a weird child that can see the fabric of reality.
But I can see the fabric of reality.
But don't start off with that.
Okay, so I don't start with the fabric of reality stuff. What should I say
No.
instead?
I'm
I'm a
Madison.
normal person?
No, that makes people worry and suspicious. Just ask, how's your day?
How was your day?
My day was really good, thank you. How was yours?
But your day wasn't good, because I can tell that it wasn't good. Because I can see the fabric of reality. You guys, there are
say
werewolves
that.
outside for you guys.
There are werewolves.
That's not good.
That's not good. Are they gone? Can you see whether they're gone or not? Is the
Well,
town okay?
They won't be gone, but they are not yet there. It gets really
Okay,
confusing for me.
yes. I understand.
I'm like
Can I make Can I make it better? Can I make it stop?
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to you. That's nice.
That's
Like, I know, like certain things, but I don't know, like, ultimately what's gonna happen to you. Does that make sense?
yes.
Like, hey, you didn't even come visit me when you came to town.
Which town?
This town.
Well, I didn't know you existed until you popped out from a stone.
You knew we met before.
I think I know where you're going with this. I will come and visit you
Okay.
the next time I notice you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Is that a good deal?
Sure. I feel like it might be a while.
What, till I can come and see you again?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. Friends don't have to speak to each other every day.
Okay.
Okay, but I promise next time I notice you, I will come and speak to you.
Okay.
Okay.
What's a normal way to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Right, but then do I like turn around and walk away?
Yes. So I would say goodbye, Madison. You'd say goodbye, Cloud, and you'd walk back up the stairs.
Okay.
Okay. So goodbye, Madison.
Goodbye, Cloud. Okay,
You're leaving now.
I'm leaving now.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Walks up the stairs, leads back. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goes fully back up the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna go touch the scythe now. Poke it.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, please consider giving us a like, giving us a comment, subscribing, doing all of the fiddly little YouTube bits, as well as hitting us up on social media. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, we've got all these things. We would love to discuss these ongoing stories with you, and just have a conversation, be part of the community. We would love that. Do it, please, or not. Be your own person, but do what I say.